Talk. This is our first episode, and we're going to be going through some Extreme Rules predictions. So, this is a podcast with
Gabriel Zamora.
and Klaus. I'm not going to say my last name for personal reasons. And we're basically just going to be talking about different wrestling events, WWE, maybe some other shows, and just going to be rolling with it. So, first one up is Extreme Rules, which is taking place this Sunday. So we're just going to go through the card. So let's start with the pre-show. So Cruiserweight Championship, Drew Gulak versus Tony Nese. What's your thoughts on this one?
Right now, I'm thinking I like both competitors right now. They're both
Yeah,
doing
I
really
do
well in
too.
205 that I've been watching. But I don't know. This is a tough one for me, but I think I'll go with Drew Gulak on this one. I think
Okay,
for me, he definitely
I
deserves it.
I really like Tony Nese. I've always liked Tony Nese, like ever since the Cruiserweight started again. But
Yeah,
Gulak, I don't think they would have him win the title just to lose it again, especially with like his new mean streak.
100%.
So I feel like I want him to hold the title. I'd like to see Tony Nese on like Raw or something. He doesn't have the charisma that we
I
would
just,
hope for.
I just like. Were you satisfied with how Tony Nese's run went? Like for me, it was kind of like
No, it was lackluster.
it wasn't the best run he could have had. I feel like he could have done definitely if they would have gave him the chance, he could have had a good run.
Because he had a great match with Buddy Murphy when he won it,
100%.
and then I don't know. It felt like it was missing a lot.
It's definitely one of those things where both people in the match deserve it, but we all know who's going to retain right now.
Yeah. Okay. So Gulak for both of us. Let's move on to probably the other pre-show match if there is one. The Raw Tag Titles. The Revival versus the Usos.
Who
Uh,
you got?
I think I want to see Revival hold the titles because I actually really like them as a team. But
Yeah,
I also love Usos because they're just so entertaining. I'm. It's a tough. I don't see them giving the titles away, but I also
yeah,
see Usos winning them. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with Usos.
you are. I think for me right now, I'm kind of looking at it, who's going to take the loss better. Right now, if the Revival lose their titles and they lose the match, what
Yeah,
do they have after that? If they
yeah. They don't
lose,
have
we're
a
not going
lot.
to care. We love the Usos, but if the Usos lose, they'll come back. They'll bounce back. They're the
Yeah, that's true.
Usos. If it's the Revival, then it's like, well, damn. So that's why I got Revival, hoping that they retain.
Okay. I feel like if Revival loses their titles, they're gonna be leaving
100%.
because they have not been treated how they should be.
They're so much better than what they show right now, and
Yeah,
hopefully, if they retain, it'll be pretty good.
yeah. Okay, sounds good. Let's move on. SmackDown Women's Championship: Bayley versus Alexa Nikki Cross in the 2-on-1 handicap match. What are your thoughts on this one? Because I have some thoughts on it.
I'm thinking, man, I really hope. I want Bailey to retain so bad, but right now I'm thinking, and this is a prediction that I got for the win. It'll be Nikki Cross gets the pinfall win over Bailey, but Alexa Bliss celebrates it because it's going to be her championship when they both win. So
True,
that's
true.
who I got. I got them too.
Okay, before I make a prediction, this rivalry sucks. I
Oh,
can't
100%.
I
It's
can't
tragic.
stand Nikki Cross with Alexa. It's just so annoying. Like, I
So
mean,
stupid.
I'm happy with Bailey being champion. I like Bailey. She's always been
I
great.
love her.
But I can't stand Nikki Cross. I feel like her accent's getting thicker every single week too. Like it's pissing me off.
100%. 100%.
But
So stupid.
I have Bailey winning with
Dude,
an interference from Sasha Banks.
are we talking like interference to help Bailey or
Like
interference to hurt
her
Bailey?
music's gonna play, and she's gonna like walk down to the ring, and then they're both gonna be distracted, and then Bailey's gonna get a roll up.
I mean, that's a good one too.
But I'd want Sasha to turn heel at the end of it if that did happen.
Hmm. Which I
So then
think
we get
probably
Sasha
should.
Bailey for the championship at SummerSlam.
That'd be a good match.
So yeah, my
I really hope
prediction's Bailey.
after this match, I'm really hoping after this match, by all means, they get the Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross are no
Yeah,
longer a
I,
unit.
I don't
I
want.
don't care. If
It's
they win or
so
they
bad.
lose,
So yeah, that's my prediction for that. Let's go on to Aleister Black versus Cesaro. My pick for match of the night, probably.
I think it'll be a good match. For me, I don't think it will be the match
Okay,
that we'll talk
there's
about later.
yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. For this, it sucks that I have to pick one because
It does.
Aleister was probably my favorite on NXT. His matches were fantastic.
Yeah,
Cesaro is like so underrated, easily one of the most underrated superstars.
100%.
Uh, I gotta go with Aleister just because they've been building him up for like 2 months with the whole door knocking thing.
Yeah.
But if Cesaro wins, I won't be mad.
Yeah, I think it would have been well. Did you think it was gonna be Cesaro when they announced it on SmackDown?
I was hoping it was Randy Orton
Yeah, he's been gone for a while.
because then
I personally thought.
Aleister would have gotten a nice win over Randy, and that would have really put him over.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be Bray Wyatt for like a good week, 2 weeks up to that. I was like,
That
it's
would
gonna
be
be Bray Wyatt, but
all right.
when I was thinking through that, I was like, if they fight each other, it's kind of a lose-lose because they're both, they both
Yeah,
got this
both
their
came
first match
back with
back,
new. Yeah,
so it's gonna be like, But with this, it's kind of like it's the same situation where it's like we don't want either one to lose because they're just both so
yeah,
great. But I think at this junction, I'll take Alistair just because just like you said, he's been building up for almost 2 months now. So
yeah. I agree.
yeah, so I'm taking
It should be a great match. I'm excited for that one.
100%. It's
All
gonna be a
right,
good match.
let's move on to Braun Strowman, Bobby Lashley, Last Man Standing.
Oh my God, can they stop the Braun Strowman? So
You
bad.
don't like him anymore?
Can he fuck off?
Oh my
Like with
god.
these stupid roles, like what is this? Why against Bobby Lashley? Who cares?
After
Like
Raw, I'm actually really interested in this. After they went through the stage.
that was like the best part of the whole thing. Like leading up to that, what was it? Tug of war, arm
The
wrestling.
arm.
Like hello, what is
I
this?
found
Are we
that
in
entertaining.
2009?
The chalking guys.
That too, bro. That shit was so stupid. Alright,
By the way, Drew Gulak won the match against Tony Nese on WWE 2K.
did he?
Yeah, so I guess we were right.
No, we're good. We're on 2K.
So I don't know about this match. Didn't Braun have like a ruptured spleen and some? How did he come back in like a week?
I'm literally right now. I'm thinking it's gonna be like they're not. This match isn't even gonna happen. Right now, I'm thinking you know how Bobby Lashley did Rey Mysterio bogus this past Monday. I'm thinking like they're gonna switch Braun for Rey because Braun's just not gonna come back. But
Oh, maybe.
but if it does go through and Braun does compete, I don't know how. What is it again? Is the last man standing?
So
Right?
last man standing.
Uh, no one likes Bobby. I hate Bobby more than I hate Braun. So I'm picking. At this point, this is a terrible match in general, but I'm picking Braun.
Okay, so I'm actually excited about this one. If it is actually Braun Lashley, I think they'll pull something off because the Falls Count Anywhere was entertaining as hell. So I don't have either of them winning. I have a double count, so both of
Double
them are
tag
good.
team.
Yeah, both won't be able to get back up, and that way, I hope the rivalry ends there. But it won't if it is a tie.
I swear to you, this match goes
So,
into SummerSlam. This is the biggest waste of a card. This piece of fuck off.
it was just supposed to be for Crown Jewel, or not Crown Jewel, whatever the event was. The
Super Showdown.
yeah. I don't know how it went so far, but I don't know. I'm gonna say no contest. I think it's gonna end in a draw.
Alright.
All right. SmackDown Tag Team Titles. Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus New Day versus Heavy Machinery.
You wanna go first?
Sure. Okay. This for me has been probably the most entertaining part of SmackDown the last like 3 weeks. That and Kevin Owens, but he's not on the card, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, actually, Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler, I think just got added to the card.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it just got added to the card. Like
Perfect.
today, I think.
Is it like a special match or is it just regular?
It's just them two. I believe they did because I was reading something. They were like, it got added to Extreme Rules. I was like,
Oh,
all
decent.
right,
All
Kevin
right.
Owens versus Dolph Ziggler.
I'm actually excited for that too. But yeah, obviously Kevin Owens is the best, but I feel like these three teams have done so well together. That like summit they had on SmackDown was hilarious. Big E and Xavier they deserve like awards just for being themselves.
And what I'm so happy about is that it's just Big E and Xavier. You know, they
Yeah,
they made it work. They removed themselves from Kofi Kingston, who was still part of the New Day,
yeah,
but they're not making it a whole New Day thing for the when it comes to the World Heavyweight title. You know,
yeah. True,
they
true,
get to
true.
do their own thing.
So I think Heavy Machinery deserves the titles. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like them when they got called up because I felt like it was too soon.
Yeah.
But Otis is just he's hilarious. I love Otis. Just everything
100%.
about him.
With his
So
worm.
yeah,
Is the worm or the caterpillar?
the worm. I don't know what it's called, the caterpillar worm.
The
But
bug.
so I don't know. This is a tough one because I think they'll have. I would probably have Bryan and Rowan retain until Bryan gets added into like a different title picture.
Yeah.
But I think the New Day is gonna win
New Day.
because I think they're gonna do New Day and then Kofi as WWE champion. So then they all have titles and just look like better than they ever have. So yeah,
So
that's
that
my
was a good ending.
thoughts. New Day.
Um, yeah, like you said, I've loved Heavy Machinery. They've been great for the last couple months. They've been wrestling amazingly. They're funny.
Yeah,
They have everything. The New Day, like you said, Big E and Xavier. Like I said, them splitting kind of shows, you know, they're still capable of doing things without Kofi Kingston and doing all this and stuff and
yeah.
fun. My question: do you think I killed Daniel Bryan's heel turn, or is it like, you know, he could still be a good heel if he kept going?
I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of face Daniel Bryan. I know everyone loved him. I never got behind it. I liked him more as a heel when he was with the WWE title.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Rowan. Like, I don't know. He just seems very bland to me. But
And
I
the
think
decisions they put in, like with the shirts that he wears and like what they made him do is kind of weird. Like the Wyatt family thing,
yeah,
it worked. The
that
Bludgeon
made
Brothers
sense.
thing, it
Yeah,
worked. This
he doesn't look
kind of weird.
intimidating, even though he is.
Like it's weird. You
I don't
know,
know.
he's wearing plaid. And,
I would keep Daniel Bryan as a heel for longer. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. I would keep him heel. That's my
would
personal
you?
preference.
I think the same, but I think at the same time they're probably gonna turn him face just because, you know, for the kids, you know,
Yeah, I mean
they're
he
gonna sell
was
more
a fan
merchandise.
favorite.
You know, so at this
Yeah,
point, I'm hoping personally. I think Heavy Machinery pull it out. I
Heavy
think they win.
Machinery.
I think they win the titles.
That's actually I would be totally okay with Heavy Machinery. I'm fine with whoever wins this one, honestly. Like,
Honestly, yeah.
it's great.
Because even if, like, say Daniel Bryan and Rowan retain, as much as we don't like Rowan, it keeps Daniel Bryan heel. You know.
Yeah, I'm loving this new Daniel Bryan. I'll keep calling him the new Daniel Bryan as long as he wants me to. So,
Honestly, good.
all right, so let's move on to the potential Kevin Owens Dolph Ziggler then, in case it is
Okay.
on the card. Can I start off by saying Kevin Owens on SmackDown cut the best promo of the year? 100% the best promo.
Oh, the pipe bomb promo,
Yeah,
the pipe
oh
bomb
my
2.0,
god. Where he mentioned like Ali and like
all of them.
Apollo, Buddy Murphy, Kyrie Saint. Like, it was so good.
Spoke straight truth, man. Straight truth. And I'm
Oh,
actually
yeah.
loving it. If they can make it work
When he
this
took
time around,
Byron Saxton's headset off.
that was funny.
Oh my
I
god, I
was
love
dying.
Kevin Owens.
I was like, bro, my man walked. You know,
He's great. I
so good.
I wanted him to stay face originally, but then they turned him heel so fast because Daniel Bryan got injured,
Yeah.
and then it just I don't know. I lost it with him, and then these last like 2 weeks have just brought it full circle. It's great.
It was like I knew they had to turn him face, obviously, because at the time he was put in such a bad position. It was just like when he came back, it was at a time where we all wanted Kofi as champ,
Yeah,
and he was face when he came back, and then he had a match against Daniel Bryan. I think was it one or two? Was it just a triple threat match, or did he have another one?
I think it was
When
the I think it was just the triple threat, and then Ali got added to it.
yeah, right.
I think
So
so.
it was like he came back at a really bad time, and then after Kofi won it at Mania, they had to turn him heel. Obviously, like you said, Dan Bryan got injured.
Yeah,
So now that he turned face again, I'm hoping he'll actually, because I loved him as a face when he came back. The
yeah, I
Big
did
O,
too.
I really wish they could have kept going with that.
That was so
Big
good.
O was amazing, but he's been really good right now, and honestly, he's so much better on the mic. He that promo was perfection. I don't think it was so much better than any other promo for like a week, last couple weeks. And
I think it's been the best in 2019.
as do you think? Honestly, it might be because it was that good. It was so entertaining. It was so funny. And it was straight truth. But when it comes to that match, if it does happen, I'm Kevin Owens the whole way. Kevin Owens the whole way.
I would say Kevin Owens. I like Ziggler. Like he's so good, but nothing ever happens with him.
He always like the same thing with him. He gets put in the worst positions. They just never
Yeah,
want to give him the good position.
that's true.
So
It should be a
like
great match if it actually is one.
if he gets another title run, I'm hoping it's another Intercontinental title run, just because he was so great when it came to the Intercontinental title
Yeah,
for Dolph Ziggler. So I hope if he does lose this, he still sticks around, because this is his first rivalry back since when? Since the Rumble, right?
it was before the Rumble. He just made like a one-off appearance. It was since the Drew McIntyre rivalry.
Yeah, it was.
That was like six
So
months
it's
ago.
like hopefully this time around he sticks around and
Yeah,
just gets himself a good rivalry with the Intercontinental title, especially since it's on SmackDown.
I agree.
And
If it ever shows up.
honestly,
All right,
and
so we're both saying Kevin.
Kevin Owens.
All right, so we got a few more. So Ricochet, AJ Styles for the United States Championship.
This is it.
This rivalry
This
has
is my
been the best rivalry on Raw.
100%. It's been the best thing.
Maybe in WWE, just in general. Because
I think on Raw. I think I prefer. I think if Alistair, it's definitely number one right now. But if Alistair Cesaro goes well, that'll
if it
definitely be
keeps
number one.
going, then that'll be the best for sure. But
100%.
yeah. Okay, first of all, how do you feel about AJ's heel turn?
Perfect timing. It's
I
honestly
think
the
so
best
too.
time. It's the best time you could have done it. He wasn't really doing anything, and I'm happy that they're coming, because I personally, Gallows and Anderson, they're really good. Like
Yeah,
I really
I'm a
personally
big
love
fan
how
of
they
him.
work wrestle. And I was hating that they were not even on the spot. They haven't been champions since what, 2016, 2017.
It's been a really long time since they were
Yeah,
Raw tag champs.
yeah. So I'm just happy that they're gonna be put back in the spotlight with AJ Styles, and hopefully maybe they'll actually do something with the club this time around. They won't just
Yeah.
say this and then beat up John Cena. That's it. Like
Beat
hopefully they
up
win gold.
Johnson.
So hopefully this time around, they'll win gold and they'll actually be the club, that we know from New Japan and all that. So
I would have loved Finn to join them, but obviously not going to work when he's on SmackDown. Actually, it's a wild card rule. He can join them.
it'll work out. The wild card rule is there
So
as long as Roman Reigns takes
Okay, for me, this is the personal least favorite prediction I have to make because I really do not want either of them to lose.
Yeah.
Like, any way
Uh,
this ends is gonna disappoint me.
yeah, it's gonna suck.
If it's a no contest, it's gonna disappoint me. If AJ loses, I'm gonna be sad. If Ricochet loses,
It's gonna suck,
I'm never gonna be able to forgive WWE.
honestly.
I don't know.
It's this one's the hard one. For like before, this is my match of the night. This is gonna be my match of the night.
Yeah,
Um,
understandable.
I don't know. They're both great. They're both in. AJ just came back, but at the same time, you're not gonna kill AJ instantly, and then like
Yeah,
what's the point of him losing? But then you're not gonna get rid of Ricochet's title run that fast. I
because
hope.
everyone wanted it. Yeah,
So it's like, the only thing I can think of is a DQ, and
that's that's
Ricochet keeps the
that's where
title,
I'm going to.
but I just don't know how, you know.
Yeah. So
Or actually, you go.
continue.
I'll say when I go. You go.
Okay, so I can't see AJ losing. Like, if it's a pinfall, he's not losing. They wouldn't turn him heel after all this time, reform the club just for him to lose.
Yeah.
So if it's a pinfall, I'm going for AJ. If it's, in my opinion, it's going to be a DQ. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I think I'm going to say Ricochet retains, but AJ,
Okay.
Ricochet's going to win the match because the club's going to get involved or something. He's going to keep the title. That's my prediction.
I'm going the same thing with you. I'm going Ricochet, but to keep it different, I'm gonna suggest a different way. I'm gonna say Ricochet wins off a roll up. So he'll win off a roll up,
Ooh.
and then to keep AJ Styles and the club all cool and all at the top, it'll be an attack on Ricochet right after,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
it'll keep the club on top even though AJ Styles lost.
All right. Yeah, I could see that. And then build it up for SummerSlam.
Yeah, that'll work. That would go all the way there. I think it'll go to SummerSlam. I think those matches will be phenomenal, no pun intended, all the way to SummerSlam.
I just want to see Ricochet, AJ, Alistair, and Andrade in a fatal four-way for the WWE title at Mania. That's all I want.
That match would be fantastic.
That would be the greatest
Throwing
match
Velveteen in there, dude. If
ever.
Velveteen is throwing Velveteen in there.
Throw in Cesaro in there too. Screw it.
Just throwing all the people that WWE doesn't like. There you go.
All right. So we got three more. Let's go to Roman and Undertaker versus Shane and Drew McIntyre.
I'm
I
honestly not as excited about this match as most people I think would be.
I don't think anyone's excited about this match.
I'm not. Yeah, but
Like, I like the people in it. Like, I think they're all
yeah,
great. Like, in ring. Undertaker's kind of getting up there, but
bro, I've been saying for the last couple times he's wrestled since Mania with John Cena. Let my man rest. Let my guy retire. My man is what? He's almost 60? Is he past 60? Like,
he's like
leave
mid
my guy
50s.
alone.
That match with
Like,
Goldberg was the worst match.
oh my god, I hated watching it.
And then
It gave me,
DX versus
that,
Brothers of Destruction.
it was just, I hated, just leave my guy alone. Just leave him alone. Let him leave his legacy. Stop ruining it. Like, you're just killing him with these shit matches. That Goldberg match pissed me off.
Oh my god,
Like,
they both almost killed each other.
they did. Like, after Goldberg knocked himself out, then he went for
Yeah.
the jackhammer. He dropped Undertaker on his neck. Like, fuck off.
I was
Leave
like
my guy
cringing
alone.
during that match.
I was just so like, as soon as he went up for the jackhammer, I'm like, it's not staying up there. It's gonna be instant fall. Hit the ground. I was so done with it. I turned off my PlayStation after that. I was like, nah, I'm not watching this. So bad.
I honestly don't know where I'd go with this match.
Oh, back to that point though. You know Undertaker's scheduled to have a match at SummerSlam?
I know, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be against Drew.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two ways that this is gonna happen. Maybe three.
Hmm.
It's either Drew is gonna get pinned by Undertaker, and then that'll set up a match, or Shane, God forbid, pins Roman,
Ugh.
or they're just gonna take the easy way out and have Roman pin Drew. I do not want that to happen. That is a no-no. I've seen that enough times. We've gotten like 17 rematches.
Honestly,
I don't know. It's it should be a good match. I feel like Roman's gonna do some damage.
I think Roman's gonna carry this match. Roman, Drew, and yeah, just Roman, Drew are gonna carry this match for me. Shane,
Not
he's
Undertaker.
also getting up there. I'd be surprised if Undertaker gets tagged in. Like,
It's no
like
holds barred,
this. Oh,
so they're
yeah,
both
that's
gonna
right.
be in the ring.
Yeah, Undertaker's. He's gonna take a kick at the beginning. He's gonna take a
Yeah,
kick from Drew McIntyre and then never get up.
that's what I would have happen. Just like someone throw him over the barricade and just like forget about him. Just have a handicap.
Man,
That way we
like
don't do internal damage to the man.
it's just I don't know. I think at this point Roman can lose. You know, we
I
won't feel bad for him anymore.
yeah.
So I'm gonna go Drew Shane on this one, and I'm gonna go with the Drew pinfall on Undertaker.
Okay, so I'm
Set that up.
assuming this match is gonna lead to Shane Roman at SummerSlam and then Drew Undertaker. Although we might get Shane and Kevin Owens. I don't know. I'm assuming it's gonna be Roman Shane at SummerSlam.
As long as it's not Shane Kofi for the WWE title.
Oh my god, no! If that ever happens, I'm not gonna watch anymore. But
I remember when those rumors came out, I was like, nah, I'll stop watching.
it's all about the universe, though. They get all the power.
100%, yeah.
I honestly don't know who to go with here. Just to be different, I'm gonna go with Roman Undertaker, and I'm gonna
Mm.
say
Only a logical way you can say,
Roman pins Drew,
oh, Roman pin Drew.
and then
Not Roman
Shane's
pin
gonna
Shane.
get pissed at Drew, and Shane Roman, and then Undertaker Drew. It'll set up.
Hmm.
I don't know. Okay.
Alright. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Alright, we got two more. So, WWE Championship. Kofi Kingston versus Samoa Joe.
I think this is going to be an unexpected, really good match. I don't know. What do you think? I'm thinking this
I
match is
feel
going to be a
like,
lot better than.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of the Samoa Joe matches are like 5 minutes of like headlocks, and then it's really slow paced with him. Like the Ricochet match, it was decent, but like nothing really eventful happened, I guess.
I mean, he is the Samoan submission machine, so it's like
Yeah, it makes
you
sense,
can expect.
but I don't know. If there's like back and forth action, like Samoa Joe takes a turn like destroying, like Kofi comes back, and then they keep doing that, I think it would be great.
Hmm. I think. How long do you think this match will go? I think like
I'm thinking
10
like,
minutes, 12
yeah,
minutes.
I was gonna say like 12 to 15.
I'm not thinking that long, but I think they'll figure out a way to make it an entertaining match and definitely a dark horse in that card. I think that's the dark horse that I'm thinking for that. It'll be a
Okay.
really good, surprising good match. But I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stick with Kofi. I don't think he loses it until SummerSlam. I just don't see it.
I'm also gonna go with Kofi. I don't think they would have him lose it at Extreme Rules. I could be wrong. It's also Samoa Joe's on Raw.
Yeah,
Technically on Raw, air quotes
technically.
included. Uh,
It just
so I don't know. I can't see Joe winning a title.
it's not that I can't see Joe winning the title. It's that I can't see them have Kofi lose it literally one pay-per-view before SummerSlam. You know, if he's gonna lose it, let him lose it at a big pay-per-view, one of the big four. You know, let him lose it at SummerSlam. You know.
That's true. That's true. So yeah, all right, Kofi for both of us. And then the main event, which has gotten so much hate, and
100%.
understandably, like
It's
it's gotten
just
hate.
there's two
So we
people
got
hating on it.
the Universal and Women's Championship. Winner takes all. Baron
Next time.
Corbin and Lacey Evans versus Seth Rollins and the man, Becky Lynch. Okay, first of all, before this, what are your thoughts on the Street Profits? Because the man just brought it back for me.
The Street Profits are gonna be fun.
They're
I think
hilarious. I love the Street Profits.
they're great. I think obviously they're up again, like just like the Viking Raiders, or they
The
got called up as
Viking
champs.
experience.
Yeah, they got called up as champions, just like
Did they lose
those
it
other
on
two.
NXT? I didn't watch NXT this week.
They did, yeah. They
No.
lost it at I think it was the takeover for. Shit, what was it? The takeover. It wasn't takeover for Mania. I know that. Huh. Which takeover? It might have been the takeover for. Did Super Showdown have a takeover? No, right?
Uh,
Oh no, yeah, they did. It was the day after though.
Wait, are
It
you
was
talking
on
about
the. It
Viking
was.
Raiders?
Yeah.
Did the Street Profits lose it on
No,
NXT?
no,
They
no, they
won
haven't.
it this week? 'Cause they had a
They
match this
haven't
week.
won. Did they have a match this week?
They had one on Wednesday for the titles.
I don't think they lost them. Let me search this.
I don't know. I mean, they're like pre-filmed, so if they did, then they probably won't have them anymore.
Let me see.
I'm actually not sure. But,
You
I
said
mean,
this pass?
yeah, it was this past week. I forgot who it was against.
Let me see.
But, I mean, they made a great debut on Raw. Big fans. Like,
Yeah, I
they're
think
hilarious.
they're gonna be fine.
What's the guy's name? Not Angelo Dawkins, the other guy. I'm forgetting. Montez Ford. He is
Montez
going to
Ford.
be a star. He is so charismatic. It's ridiculous.
He's so much fun to watch too. He's great. I think
They want the smoke.
they're gonna be they're gonna be great. I think. Who do you see them as? Who do you see like a former tag team that they're kind of
Prime
like
time. Very
Prime Time?
charismatic. Pretty good wrestlers.
Yeah, I definitely see the Crime Time. I was gonna say Harlem Heat. I
Oh,
definitely see
that's
a
a
look
good
for
one.
Harlem Heat. Harlem Heat looks a little bit like the Street Profits. I
They're
like it.
they're really charismatic. That's what I love about them. We completely got sidetracked. My bad. All right, so the winner takes all match. It's an Extreme Rules as well. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say the prediction straight away. Seth and Becky are winning.
Hmm.
I don't see them losing it, especially in a match together. I don't know about you. I am a huge Baron Corbin fan. Like, I really like Baron
I
Corbin.
don't hate him. I don't hate him. It's one of those things where it's like he's starting to grow on me, but he's still a little bit like he'll piss me off. He pisses me off. You
He's
know,
such a good heel. Like, people genuinely hate him, and that's why I like him. Because he does
honestly,
his job so perfectly.
as you can tell, I genuinely hate him. But
Yeah.
but uh, he'll grow on me. I think eventually he'll grow on me. It's just his bald ass head. Like, why'd you cut your hair? You look that so
I,
stupid.
I actually think he looks better without the hair.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think he looks stupid. I just do.
Lacey Evans can go away. I never want to see her again. I don't know.
I thought she was gonna be so good. When
I
they called
don't.
her up, I was like, yes, let's go.
What?
Lacey Evans
I
was
hated
another.
her in NXT.
Did you? I
Yeah.
actually really liked her. I
She
actually
had
really liked her.
she had that one takeover match. I forgot who it was against. I think it was Kairi Sane, and she just, like, kept botching everywhere, and it was just terrible.
She didn't have a great start. It's like that she started what her first match was the Rumble. And that went to, as you could tell, she was like 2, right? She was number 2. That was pretty good. But
She
I think
walked down like
she's definitely a lot better than what you think she is. I feel like she could have been great, but not where she's at right now.
her
They put her in the
finisher
title run.
sucks. Her finisher is
What, you don't like the
horrible.
women's rave?
Oh my
You don't like the
god!
women's
Like,
rave?
with Big Show, I guess it could work because his hand is like the size of my head. But, like, okay, the one on Raw she delivered, like, where she actually hit Becky, that was good. That would make sense. But, like, she hits the air, like, you can see her hitting the air, and it just pisses me off.
This is true.
It's like that one
It's
takeover
stupid.
with Alistair and Lars, where he, like, did the fade to black or whatever, the...
No, Yeah,
And then Lars, like, he completely missed, and
that
then Lars
was
just fell, and then Alistair just stood there like, okay.
it's my favorite botch from NXT so far. It's so funny.
I was there live for that too.
And so was that. It was the
We heard the
one in the
smack
bank
on the
part.
leg, and then nothing hit. We're like, what?
Marcelo didn't fall. I was just looking at him like, oh,
That was so good.
it was
So,
hilarious.
Seth and Becky for me. What are your thoughts?
I think. Do you still like Becky right now? What's your
I
opinion on
I
Becky
haven't
right
liked Becky for like 5 months.
now? No, I like her. It's just that what I don't like is that they had to go as soon as they put it out there that Rollins and
Oh
Becky are
yeah.
dating. They were like, let's put them in a tag team. You know, it's like, do we care? No. Like,
Did you know that they're a couple? Because Michael
yeah.
Cole never mentions that on any shows.
You know, he never says that.
Never heard
Never
it.
does. Not once. So I just hate that they had to. The only reason this is the thing is because they're a couple. You know,
Why
so it's
why
like,
can't like Naomi and Jimmy Uso like work together or something? Just like switch it up. Get some mid
dude, honestly,
carders in
that
there.
sounds like it'd be cool.
I know it would be.
That sounds like it'd be cool. That sounds like it'd be cool. I mean, they kind of did it, but she was more like a manager to the Usos.
Yeah.
But I feel like that would work better than. I think if
We're
they would have just like not mentioned multiple freaking times every week, they're a couple, they're a couple, they're a couple. Like, just don't say it. Just make it a tag team, and then we don't care. Like as soon as
That's
I
so
saw
true.
them repost that picture of when I think Rollins posted it when he kissed Becky after
Yeah,
Mania when he won
Mania.
his match. As soon as I saw what WWE posted, I was like, oh, they're gonna make a storyline out of this. It was so dumb.
So man.
Like if you're just gonna do it, do it. Don't post this picture. It's like just do it. If you're gonna planning on
Yeah.
doing it without the couple part, just do it. But you had to go on like, oh, they're a couple, fucking 100 times in a row. Like
It,
what the hell?
it's so annoying.
But
But
I'm with you though. I got Becky
yeah.
Rollins.
I just hope my hope after this match is they stop this. Like Lacey goes away, Corbin goes away as much as I like them. Becky goes away from Seth. They just have their own things. I want to see Seth Bray at SummerSlam. That's all I want to see.
Well, let's not forget the big key part. Remember what Paul Heyman said? Brock will be there at Extreme Rules.
What's he gonna do? Just like push Becky out of the way and then pin Seth? Like that's
Do
not
you
gonna
think
happen.
cash in happens? Do
No,
you think cash in happens?
I don't think so.
When do you think cash in will happen?
They can hold it for a year, right?
Mm-hmm. He
Around the
said the day before Money in the
360.
Bank.
I don't even know. I'm just pissed Brock won it still. I don't even want to think about that.
I hate it. I hate it. As soon as I heard his music, I was like, really? Oh,
I was hoping Bray or like Alistair or someone would like come out and just grab it,
nah.
and not
Brock
Brock.
Lesnar. What are you talking about? Why did you think anyone else? Don't you
Uh,
love Brock Lesnar? You
he's
know
the best.
he wrestles every week. He's been doing great. Like, come on now.
What happened to his
Like, he
boombox?
deserves a push.
Did he lose it?
The boombox, bro. When's the last time he was on Raw? Like, I don't know where the boombox. Where did Brock go? Like,
Everything's a mess right now.
man, I hope Brock just like, please just cash it in and then get DQ'd, and then he's done. Like,
Like
leave,
Corbin
go
that one
back to
time when he
UFC.
cashed it in and Cena like hit him right when the bell rang.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that
Corbin's been
guy.
done so bogus.
100%. I think would it have been good if he would have won the title back then?
I think so. And then Cena would have won it off him 17 times.
But I think is this paper going to be better than Stomping Ground? Because for me,
Stomping
Stomping
Ground was
Ground was a
great.
lot better.
I think so. Just because a lot of the matches have like special stipulations, so it'll make the less interesting ones more interesting. They did this on purpose. They have the last man standing for Braun Lashley. They have the no holds
Yeah.
barred for the Roman Undertaker match. They have extreme rules for this one. I feel like they purposely made all the matches that would be less exciting more exciting by adding something to it.
I think it'll be a good pay-per-view. Hopefully, I don't see any debuts. I don't see anything special happening. I think that's for SummerSlam, obviously,
Yeah,
but it's definitely gonna be a better pay-per-view than most pay-per-views have been this year.
I agree.
Um,
Any last thoughts, or is that it?
I think that's it for me. I mean,
Yeah, that's it for
hopefully,
me too. Hopefully it's good.
hopefully it'll be fun.
All right, thank you to anybody that watches this. Hope you guys enjoy. We will be doing a rundown of Extreme Rules, probably coming out on Monday, the day after. So stay tuned and hope everyone enjoyed. Peace.